Hi, my name is Jordan Heckelman, and welcome to this episode of The Mental Game. Today, we're going to be talking about arousal, specifically arousal regulation in terms of anxiety and how it can impact an athlete's performance. We're also going to take a look at one method that an athlete can help deal with feelings of anxiety, specifically muscle tension and feelings of nervousness and worry in a game. And we're going to teach them breathing control and how that can help them perform better. Now, to start off, we're going to start with some basic definitions so that everyone can have a basic understanding of the topic. Now, arousal is a combination of physiological and psychological activity within a person. And basically what this does is it also helps measure dimensions of intensity and motivation within a person. And this can play a large role in the way that a person and an athlete can perform. Based on the inverted U hypothesis theory, an athlete can be under-aroused, overly aroused, or generally aroused in a perfect position. Now, if a person is under-aroused, they won't perform at their best, and if they're over-aroused, it could be because they're nervous or anxious or their muscles are tight. Now, this over-arousal can result in feelings of anxiety, and anxiety is essentially a negative feeling within a person that can result in feelings such as nervousness and fear, and it can result in over-arousal or even under-arousal, which can limit the performance of an athlete. Now, specifically, there's a certain kind of anxiety called state anxiety, which is basically moment-to-moment anxiety that can be experienced by athletes during competitions. Now, it can change due to little things. It can change based on the competition, who they're going up against, did they make a bad play, did they make a good play, what's going on. And because it's subject to change, it is important that an athlete is aware of that so they can implement certain coping mechanisms to help them if any feelings of muscle tension or anxiety come up while they are playing. Now, specifically, we're going to talk about breathing control today. And what breathing control can do is prepare an athlete so that they can be in a position to relax and limit muscle tension. Right. Now that we've kind of gone over some of the basic definitions of arousal regulation and anxiety and nervousness, we're going to step in and we're actually going to show a technique that you can use during timeouts or during breaks in the game, and eventually even during competition. All right. So joining us today, we have Brenton. He's a men's lacrosse player at Gordon, and he's just going to help us demonstrate some of the techniques and some of the breathing control that you can use during a timeout and also during the game. So to start off, we're going to start off Brenton doing a breathing control exercise during a timeout. For this exercise, we're going to want Brenton to imagine that his lungs are divided into 3 different chambers. He's going to have the lower chamber, the middle chamber, and the upper chamber. He's going to start by filling his lower chamber by forcing his diaphragm down and his stomach out. He's then going to open up his chest and fill the middle chamber and slightly raise his shoulders to fill the upper chamber. Once he's done this, he's going to want to hold the breath for a couple seconds, and then he's going to want to exhale for double that amount. So there's going to need to be a 1-to-2 ratio of breathing in and breathing out. He's going to want to repeat this cycle for at least 3 full breaths. That should fully relax his muscles, and it will also help him, if he's focusing on his breathing, not allow any negative thoughts to creep into his mind. In doing this, he should relax his muscles, and any feelings of anxiety and nervousness should leave, and he should be prepared to step in to the next play ready to go. Now that we've gone over an example of how Brenton can use breathing control during a break in the game to help reduce feelings of anxiety and nervousness and muscle tension, we're going to go over how Brenton can go use this technique during the game, like during actual playtime. Now, during the game of lacrosse, as an offensive player, once a shot is taken and it's crossed the end line, the ball is awarded or given to the team who has a player closest to the ball when it goes out. This is generally the offensive team because in their play sets, it's designed to have a player at the end line so that they can get the ball back. However, during this time, there's about a 3 to 5 second break in the play where Brenton has time to refocus and use breathing control if he notices any muscle tension or feelings of anxiety or nervousness after a missed shot. So we're going to walk through this as an example. Brenton's going to take a shot down the alley and miss, and then we're going to go through the cycle of how he can prepare himself for the next shot. So after Brenton has missed this shot, he has a couple seconds to where he can get himself in a mental state where he can become prepared for the next play. So what he can do is coming back and jogging back into his position, he can take 3 deep breaths. He can breathe in completely and exhale completely. It is important that he exhales completely during this process because that's when he's going to feel the most relaxed and prepared. In doing this, Breton can relax his muscles, and he can also focus mentally on what he has to do next. He can pair this breathing with some positive self-talk, such as breathing in, and when he breathes out, he can add a phrase such as, I can do this. So, I can do this. And he can prepare himself to go up against the goal again. So if Breton gets the ball and he's gone through this techniques, he can be relaxed and ready and not feeling any feelings of anxiety or muscle tension, ready to go for the next play. Perfect. Now that we've covered these 2 ways that breathing control can be implemented in a game during timeouts or breaks in the action, even during the action, hopefully any athletes or coaches watching this film can help implement it into their strategy and into their games so that they can be more prepared and equipped to handle any feelings of anxiety or muscle tension during games. Thank you for watching this episode of The Mental Game. Stay tuned for more.